skip it. See it or skip it. See it or skip it.
Are you originally from Utah? What made you choose BYU?
Yeah, I bounced around growing up from California to Massachusetts to we ended up in Utah for high school. I was
Hmm.
always interested in art and even in high school did AP art and just loved it. And I had my sights set on BYU and I knew they had some good programs, but didn't realize that before I applied. I should have applied to the art program I wanted to go to. So I got there and I couldn't take any art classes because I hadn't been accepted to anything. And then it turns
Hmm.
out that animation had a year-long pre-courses that you could take to see if you liked that one. And so that was the one fine art program that I could do. And I started that and loved it, absolutely loved it. And so I was going nowhere at that point. Once I had taken those first few courses, I had to be in animation. We did fun little 2D things with a flour sack for squash and stretch, and then all the way to learning some 3D programs. The professors there were fabulous and just really gave us great guidance and kind of real pipeline experience with our student films. It's very similar to how it works in the industry, where you work as a team to create something together, and each has our own roles and parts of the pipeline. Then we bring pieces of this big puzzle together.
Let's talk about hair, fur, clothing, everything that you were working on with Elio. So, what was your approach first to this new project, and how much of it was technical expertise, and how much was just pure artistry?
It comes in waves of where you are in the pipeline for how creative you're being versus how much debugging and technical stuff is going on. So early on in the film, you're just trying to find a look, right? Because it's an original film and you don't know what's going to land, what's going to feel right to your directors and to the art directors and everyone. And so you're just kind of bouncing off, oh, here's other things that we've done. Does this feel close in the ballpark? Or are we looking totally out in left field? And then just coming up with little tests of here's what yarn hair looks like. Is that something you're interested in? No? Okay, let's go on to this next thing. And so you kind of keep throwing darts at this board until you find this look. And art does a ton of prep beforehand of explorations, and they'll give us drawings of these characters and tests that we should try out. But it is a collaboration between art and the tech. These are drawings, these are concepts that are all 2D until we get them into the computer and test things out and see the spins and seeing them move. I remember with Elio, Sophia did such an amazing job on his hair. And as he's turning, you'll see so many different angles. And we had to do so much dev work because, like, as soon as you turn his head, it's like, oh, that we weren't realizing that that line is just going to cut in right in this angle. Some people would laugh and say, why are you focusing so much on a lock of hair? It's like it all adds to it because as our first impression of this character is going to tell us a lot.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that because during the movie, there's a particular scene with Elio, and I don't want to spoil it too much, where he's on a beach and it's dark and he is wet. So you can see there's a lot of hair displacement everywhere. I'm imagining that might have been one of those bigger challenging scenes in the movie because the attention to detail of that was incredible to me.
Thank you. That was another very big collaboration between us and effects and simulation.
I'm a Pixar fan through and through from the start, Toy Story on up, even the shorts. I would always be watching like the short chess match. That was like one of my favorite things. And I noticed like just texturally, everything has so much more detail now, where it affects the way that you're watching those films uh, versus like something new now. What was the behind the scenes change or the breakthrough that maybe audiences don't really realize?
For each film, there is so much technical work that happens behind the scenes, and it is constantly evolving with each of our films. So it's kind of funny when people will occasionally poke it, oh, it has the Pixar look, like it's always the same. When in behind the scenes, there's so much work happening to just keep on the cutting edge to make everything even better each time, because there's so much development that happens even within the course of a film. You'll be partway through a film and then something awesome has happened in tools, and they're so excited to get our hands on it. And it's like, okay, but wait, if we give this to you, this is going to change things for about 15 different assets. And you're going to have to go back and make tweaks. Do you still want it? And so you have this push and pull of, oh, can we get the latest and greatest? things that will help us make our jobs easier. But if we do, then we're at risk of tools breaking. And so there's always this kind of balancing board, and you try and take as much updates as you can until you start getting like, okay, the end is in sight. We can't risk our stability anymore. We've got to be content with what we have and move forward. So tools are evolving and we're getting better things to work with each day. But then also behind the scenes, artists are also doing so much. And we don't always follow the physics of what's right and what it should be doing. So our tools team will sometimes get tired of us saying, okay, I know it physically should be doing this, but art wants the shiny part here. How are we going to paint or get that there? And so there's a lot of back and forth of us just trying to make things work, and we will push and pull buttons until that happens, and then also paint. The other part of that's fun, I find fun about this job, is finding the things in real life that inspire how we can do it there. I remember working on some metal for a character in a prior show and trying to get like that rainbow sheen around a weld. And I was so excited to find a piece of cut metal that had that rainbow sheen going along the edge. Little things that just help inspire us from real life, and we just try and take those small things into the movie and give it that realism. I know one of my friends working on this film also was just studying shoes, he was working on some shoes. So what's he going to look at for reference? All the characters' shoes.
The last question I have for you is just words for the next wave of BYU animation people. For the young artists that are dreaming of being in your shoes, working for Pixar, what are the advices that you have, and what skills do they need to start developing now to get to that point?
I just would say keep being hungry for it and keep trying. So many skills feed into animation, like from painting to drawing to digital art to photography to composition. All of that will help. There's so many ways to get into this field, and I guess the other thing is timing and opportunity. Just keep pushing and finding those chances to get your foot in the door, because a lot of this industry goes through waves where they're ramping up and or times that they're holding tight. And so if you didn't get a yes right away, just keep trying, and you'll find your way in. It is a very interesting one where there are tight spots, and but you somehow I got here too. I don't know how, but I'm holding on. It's been a lot of fun.